Guys, this is my very first video ever, so just bear with me. I'm going to introduce myself and tell you a little bit about me, and then I'm going to get into the book that I read. So, first and foremost, my name is Chelsea, aka the Book Babe, and as you can see from my profile picture, I have been reading from a very young age, and in that time, some things have changed and some things have stayed the same. As far as what has changed, I clearly have grown up some since then. I also no longer wear a ballerina tutu while I'm reading, at least not usually. As far as what has stayed the same, I obviously still love to read. I still despise being interrupted while reading. I'm very old school. I love going to the library. I love having a physical book in my hands that I can curl up with. Much to my techie husband's dismay, I refuse to get an e-reader. I honestly think that he was slightly relieved when the pandemic hit, if only because it meant that he wouldn't have to lug all of my books halfway across the world on vacation. But anyway, that's enough about me for now. I'm going to dive into the book that I read, which was called Wintering: The Power of Rest and Retreat in Difficult Times by Katherine May. And it was actually recommended to me by a customer of mine from work. And I saw an NPR interview with the author and thought the idea of the book sounded really intriguing, especially because I recently lost my grandmother, and so I've been going through kind of a difficult time of my own. But a basic summary of the book would be the author talks about people from different countries and different cultures and their literal and metaphorical cold and dark times. And she also touches on a variety of topics, including Stonehenge, druids, wolves, winter swimming, bees, and the benefits of crafting. She also interweaves both her personal life and experiences and general accounts and information, but I feel like what she really excelled at was captivating my interest. And one of the things that I particularly found interesting was the emotional effects of cold water. And she talks about the decrease in tension and fatigue and the improvement of mood and memory and general well being. And it honestly made me want to actually try cold water swimming, which in and of itself is a minor miracle because I absolutely hate the cold. She also discussed bees and their behaviors, and again, it made me genuinely consider getting a backyard beehive, thus forever ensuring the hatred of all of my neighbors. But I did want to share a few of the quotes that I found interesting. So the first says, "A great deal of life will always suck. There will be moments when we're riding high and moments when we can't bear to get out of bed. Both are normal." And I feel like this is really important for us to know that we're not alone and that whether people talk about it or not, everybody feels this way sometimes. And the author briefly mentions social media and the detrimental effects that it can have, but I feel like it's really the falseness of it and the pressure that people feel to portray that perfect life that can make others really reluctant to admit that they are having a hard time and that they do need help. So I thought that it was really good that the author pointed that out in the book. The second quote that stood out to me said, "Some of us make highly visible, elaborate contributions to the whole. Some of us are part of the ticking mechanics of the world, the incremental wealth of small gestures. All of it matters. All of it weaves the wider fabric that binds us." And I feel like what she's trying to say there is that even if we feel insignificant, we do matter and we do make a difference in the world around us. And while we may not all be social media personalities or celebrities, we can affect change, even if it is minute, and we do have that power. And then the last quote that I really liked said, "Life meanders like a path through the woods. We have seasons when we flourish and seasons when the leaves fall from us, revealing our bare bones. Given time, they grow again." And that seems to say to me that there is hope for the future and for improvement, and that if we're patient and if we give it time, things will eventually get better. And I feel like that kind of sums up the book overall, and that the author is saying not only is it understandable, but it can be beneficial to really lean into your sadness and to accept your feelings, but at the same time to retain some hope and positivity and to know that you are strong and that you can weather any winter. And I would probably give the book a 4 star out of 5 star rating. I would say it wasn't incredible, but it was very good, and I definitely enjoyed reading it. I would say it had a slight hint of that self help vibe, but more so, I think that it was educational and personal memoir as opposed to self improvement and personal growth. And I would really love to hear what you guys think about it. So, any comments that you have, or things that you want to discuss or share about this book, or even advice that you'd like to see in my next video, or any book recommendations that you may have for me, I would be happy to hear your thoughts and I look forward to hearing from you. And I'll see you next time.